Those words of the gospel today remind me of the other words of Jesus. What is the profit of a man if he gains the whole world but suffers the loss of his soul in the meantime? It's interesting, the context for this parable that Jesus gives us today, and the context is that inheritance, where he said, tell my brother to give me my share of the inheritance. And of course, Jesus kind of says, hey, that's your business. You take care of that. But you stop and you think about how many problems are caused by inheritances. How many families get torn apart fighting over what remains when someone dies. In that first reading today, vanity of vanity, emptiness is another word for vanity. But there's emptiness in just trying to accumulate things. And that first reading says, who's going to get all this stuff? Probably somebody who didn't deserve it in the first place. That's kind of a sobering type of thing. That we can collect so much stuff. But is that really what it's about? Obviously, we all know that it's not about that. Jesus does not condemn working hard. He doesn't condemn enjoying the rewards of our labor. He doesn't condemn free enterprise. None of those things. But he says if we make those things the ultimate purpose of our life, if we make ourselves those things the ultimate security of our life, then how foolish we are, how empty we are. Because those things will never bring us the fullness of happiness. And those things, no matter how much we have, will never bring us eternal salvation. It's only the attitude with which we live each day, that spirit of using things well. And it's not just a question of greed that St. Paul in the second reading says, that greed that is idolatry. Interesting that the greed that is idolatry, that we tend to worship the things that we collect. But the other part of greed is envy, and how easy it is for envy to enter into our lives, of being resentful that we don't have more, or feeling bad because someone has a gift or a talent or ability or an opportunity that we didn't get. That power of envy may be stronger within us than even the power of greed. And so we're challenged about the basic attitudes of our life. And obviously we know, as St. Paul reminds us in the second reading, that we are that new creation and we're called to put on a different mindset than this world, a different spirit, a different heart, and that really is what is important for us. Yes, we may struggle with the other challenges, but most of all, we are called to practice more virtue. We are called to be more grateful within our lives. If we could just develop truly that spirit of gratitude, that recognition that all that we have and all that we are in some way is a gift of God, is a gift of other people to us. And we live with a sense of gratitude and with that sense of generosity that expresses gratitude. I remember the words of, I think it was Billy Graham, who said, I've never seen a hearse with a U-Haul behind it. The only things we take from this world are the things that we've given away. And it's not just our money or our material items, but it's the gift of love. It's caring. It's being compassionate, being merciful as God is merciful. Developing those spirits within our life is truly what it's about. For we are called not to store up just security for ourselves, but rather we are called to truly have that ultimate security in storing up what truly matters to God. Acts of love, acts of generosity, acts of true mercy.